I wonder how much food an ape like Kong actually eats. Kong Skull Island, starring Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, John C. Reilly, Corey Hawkins, and directed by Jordan Vogt-Roberts. Skull Island is set in the same monster universe as the 2014 Godzilla film, but this one is set in 1973, years before the events of the previous film. In Kong, a government researcher, Bill Randa, played by Goodman, has discovered a previously unknown island and wants to take a team to investigate it. Randa believes that monsters exist, and he thinks he can find proof of his theory on Skull Island. He gets approval for his expedition and ropes in a helicopter unit that is finishing up their tour in Vietnam to help provide support. Once on the island and Kong is discovered, the team must escape to prove its existence to the outside world. There are going to be two types of people when it comes to Kong Skull Island. Those who get past the story's shortcomings and some of the performances to just enjoy the thrill of seeing Kong destroy things in stunning action. And then you have those who can't. My biggest issue with the film is one character and his story. Samuel L. Jackson's military colonel, Preston Packard, feels out of place for the movie. His story is one which feels most reminiscent of Heart of Darkness or Apocalypse Now. His descent into madness starts because of the struggles he has seen in Vietnam, and then his time on the island pushes him over the edge. His character and story is one aspect of the film which tried to be serious, and it just didn't mesh well with everything else going on. If they could have cut out his story, or changed it from the end result, the film would have flowed more naturally. The story could have easily gone another way with his character, and the film overall would not have been affected. The rest of the characters are also a little flat. The Army helicopter pilots are fine. They are fun and serve their purpose. Tom Hiddleston is also fine as the action star hero, but there is little else to him. He is there to help save the day, and he does to an adequate measure. He provides his usual charisma, and yes, I could eventually see him playing 007 if he ever wanted the gig and they wanted to give it to him. He wouldn't be my first choice, but it wouldn't be a horrible pick. Brie Larson is also serviceable in the movie. She is also just fine, and like other characters in the film, it doesn't advance much. She has plenty to do in the movie and does it well, but the character overall isn't very interesting. John Goodman is never bad, but I feel he was wasted in this performance. The film, however, didn't need extremely strong characters for the story they were telling. The one character who does stand out is the one I was most apprehensive of from watching the trailers. John C. Reilly's character was hands down the standout of the movie. His character seemed extremely misplaced in the trailers, but was a perfect fit in the movie. The character was one of the only ones which the audience could empathize with. He also provided some exposition about Kong since he had been stranded on the island for so long. Reilly's old World War II pilot was the touchstone and heart of the movie. Without his character, the film wouldn't have had anyone to relate to and truly root for. Reilly brought the right amount of comedy and seriousness to his performance, and I was pleasantly surprised walking out of the theater at the end. Kong, however, is the reason to see this movie. The CG is beyond stunning on the giant ape, and his action scenes are extremely enjoyable to watch. I marveled every time he was on the screen, and he seemed to truly be in the scenes. The CG in The Jungle Book last year proved the technology exists to make animals look real, and this was accomplished again in Kong. The action of Kong and making you feel for the giant ape is where the movie succeeds the most. Every King Kong movie has achieved sympathy for the ape, and Skull Island does this again. The connection to the characters besides Reilly is weaker than the other films about Kong, but it is still there. If anyone is a fan of any Kong films, the action in Skull Island and the way the ape looks will not disappoint. It was also nice to know he wasn't going to die in the end. Overall, Kong Skull Island gave me what I was looking for. I wanted to see a movie with Kong killing other giant monsters, and the movie succeeded in this magnificently. I understand the criticisms of this film, but for me, I could watch this again and really enjoy it. It's worth seeing, just don't have extremely high expectations in regards to story or characters. John C. Reilly was enough to tip the enjoyment scale for me personally. The universe being set up is very interesting, and the sequel to Godzilla and the eventual clash between him and Kong should make exciting films. Let me know what you thought of Kong Skull Island if you've seen it. If you haven't, is it something you want to see? What is your favorite King Kong film? Comment and let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.